Okay, so you know how we like to dig into these ideas that are sort of floating around out there?
Yeah, right.
The ones that kind of make you stop and think.
Right.
Well, today we are going to deep dive into a recent YouTube video that makes a really
bold claim.
Yeah, a really bold claim.
About loneliness.
About loneliness, yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's from
James Nanjo.
Bishop James Nanjo, yeah.
His video is called
Breaking the Loneliness Trap.
Breaking the Loneliness Trap, right on his channel.
Right. James Nanjo. All caps.
Right. And he says something really interesting right off the bat.
That away.
He says the loneliness epidemic is more serious than the COVID-19 and most of the well-known global epidemics that the world has ever experienced.
Whoa. Yeah.
So like right away I'm thinking like...
That's a big statement.
That's a huge statement. Like what is he seeing that makes him think that loneliness is like worse than like
right.
COVID or
it's
like...
big ones.
Yeah.
The major ones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's interesting because he's not just talking about...
Like feeling lonely?
Yeah. Like every once in a while.
Right.
You know, you feel lonely.
He's talking about it as... this
epidemic.
Epidemic.
It's like really kind of...
like baked into society or something.
Yeah, it's pervasive. It's like all over. And it has...
And it's having consequences. Consequences
that are worse than these major health crises.
So it's not just like, oh, I feel sad or I wish I had some friends. Like it's... This is affecting...
What is he society on a grander level?
What does he say about like how to actually address this?
He keeps coming back to this idea of connection.
Okay.
Like connecting people.
Like making friends.
Like, yeah, like building community, bringing families together, bringing friends together.
So like really basic.
Yeah, like really basic human stuff.
Like the stuff that we kind
of need.
Yeah. And so he's saying that those things are like the antidote.
Yeah, those are like
the loneliness epidemic.
The tools to combat this thing.
No, he also brings in like a kind of spiritual element to this too.
Yeah, he talks about, the Spirit of God bringing revival through oneness.
Okay.
So he's kind of setting that up as like the opposite of the spirit of loneliness.
So it's like there's these two forces.
Two forces battling it out.
And one is about
connection and
bringing us together.
And unity.
And the other one is
about isolating us.
Yeah.
Keeping us apart.
And he says that the spirit of loneliness doesn't like
certain things.
What kinds of things?
Well, he specifically mentions prayer and laughter.
Okay.
And joy and excitement.
Okay, so like happy.
Yeah, happy stuff.
Stuff that makes you feel good.
Stuff that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And that brings you together with other people.
And he thinks that we need to like get people back
to those
things.
Yeah, he's saying we need to like teach and train people how to laugh again, how to rejoice again, how to be confident again, how to self-value themselves again.
So he's not just like diagnosing the problem, he's also saying...
He's giving you solutions.
He's giving you solutions.
He's giving you a path forward.
Now, for those of you listening who maybe live in the area, Bishop Nanjo is actually having the special service.
He is.
Right.
Breaking in the Loneliness Trap Sunday service.
Right, at Restoration City Church.
At Restoration City Church.
And he's calling it like
He called it a one-off Sunday crusade.
Wow. Okay, so this is like a
big deal.
A big event.
A big event, yeah.
And it's this Sunday. At 10:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m.
At Restoration City Church.
Doors open at 9 a.m.
Doors open at 9 a.m.
If you want to get there early.
So if you want to go and maybe you're struggling with loneliness, maybe you should
check it out.
So, I mean, it's really interesting to hear him talk about loneliness as
this huge problem.
This
really serious thing.
Yeah, like it's a global epidemic.
And his solution is so focused on just
people.
Yeah, human connection. Community.
Joy.
Yeah, all that stuff.
So I guess the question for you listening is like, what do you think about that?
When you hear him comparing loneliness to like COVID.
Right.
Does that...
Like, is he right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you.
And what is the role of like community and connection?
In your own life.
Yeah,
and in the world.
Yeah. I think that's something worth thinking about.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.